everybody, and welcome to KM Reviews. I am Nicolas. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe to get updated movie reviews every single week. This time I saw the movie Snowden, starring Jason Gordon-Levitt, Shailene Woodley, Nicolas Cage, and a whole bunch of other people. Basically, this movie is based on the true story from a few years ago about Edward Snowden, who released to the press and all of the United States that basically the government is spying on everybody. They're tapping into our phones, our emails, our social media, everything. And half the people branded him as like a espionage act, terrorist type of guy, and the other half think of him as an American hero. So the question is, how does this movie portray him? So this movie was directed by Oliver Stone. So if you're looking for an unbiased movie, this is not the one to see. This movie is very biased on the side that Edward Snowden is an American hero. But really, I'm not judging the movie based on its biases or if it got the true story correct or anything. I'm judging this purely off if it's a good movie. Now, as far as the movie itself goes, the story was pretty interesting. Seeing him go from just wanting to serve his country in the army, seeing him join the different services like the CIA, the NSA, his relationship with his girlfriend, played by Shailene Woodley, and all of that was actually pretty compelling to me. To me, the first third of this movie and the last third of this movie were probably the most interesting. I felt like the middle of the movie really kind of dragged and slowed down. There's a few scenes that kind of seemed like, did they really need that? This movie probably could have trimmed like half an hour off and been perfectly fine and get rid of a bunch of that extra fluff. But this guy kind of had a boring life, even though he did a bunch of interesting things. He's kind of a boring guy, and they're trying to make a really interesting, compelling movie around that. And I think they did the best job they could, and the acting is definitely tremendous. If you look at Jason Gordon-Levitt's portrayal of this character and you actually see the actual character, he got the voice like spot on. Now, having Shailene Woodley as his girlfriend was actually a really good choice. That was great casting. They have good chemistry, and she is a great actress. Seeing her come off of failures like the Divergent series and Allegiant, it was good to see her in a bigger role that really allowed her to show her acting chops. I will say one of the bigger negatives to me as far as the movie and the storytelling of it goes is the simple turn from him deciding to be working for these agencies and when to be like, you know what, this isn't right, I'm going to bring this to the press. It seemed like it just kind of happened and there was nothing really driving him to do it as far as the movie goes. This movie really could have used some sort of event or some sort of a bigger trigger than him just going to work one day and doing it. As far as the movie goes, he didn't plan it all that much, and that was a big letdown for me because I really wanted to see what was the thing that happened that made him do this with all this backlash that he knew he was going to get, and they just didn't put that in the movie very well. So with this movie being an interesting but slow story with some good acting, but it has some things missing from it, I'm going to have to give this movie a one-night stand. You'll enjoy it the night you see it, but you'll probably forget about it later. So guys, what do you think? Do you think he's a hero? Do you think he's a traitor? Do you want to see more movies on him? Are you excited to see this movie? Let me know everything you can below in the comments. Now, remember, you can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter at Nicolas, and stay tuned for more movie reviews if you can handle it. Go.